Lots of good things come from plants. People have used them all through our history. We've gathered them and grown them for a lot of different purposes. We make clothing from them. We build houses from them. We decorate with them. We make medicine from plants. And we use a lot of them for food. Yet there are some common plants that can cause us to become ill or even to die if we eat them. Many of these plants can be found in and around our homes. Most often it's children under the age of 2 who are poisoned by plants. But older children and adults are accidentally poisoned as well. We all know small children will put almost anything in their mouths. So to be on the safe side, plants should be placed where young children can't get to them easily. But since toddlers are well known for inventing ways to get things they want, it's a good idea to buy only house plants that are non-poisonous. Many of the plants we use for decorating, like this ivy philodendron, are poisonous. Chewing or swallowing plants of the philodendron family will cause a burning sensation in the mouth and throat. This plant is called dumb cane. Its stalk, leaves, and roots can all cause problems. Touching the roots with your bare hands can result in a painful burning sensation. Chewing on the stalk can cause your mouth to become so irritated and swollen that you can't talk. Chewing the leaves can cause the throat to swell to the point that the victim is unable to breathe. Some plants, like mistletoe, are brought into our homes during the holidays. Since we use them only as temporary decorations, we may overlook the fact that they can be dangerous. A sprig of mistletoe looks great on the mantel or table, but its berries and leaves are poisonous. A familiar Christmas carol tells us to deck the halls with boughs of holly. But to be safety-minded, you should know that holly berries and leaves are poisonous too. The poinsettia used to be thought of as extremely poisonous. We have since found out that it's somewhat less dangerous than we thought, but a small child could get sick after eating a large number of its leaves. And its milky sap is painful if you get any in your eyes. Even parts of certain foods are poisonous. Most of us enjoy eating baked potato, and some people enjoy eating them raw. But as you can see, the skin on this potato is green. Eating it raw could cause severe stomach upset. We usually think of sprouts as something healthy to eat, but potato sprouts are poisonous. What's a salad without tomatoes, especially fresh from the garden? The ripe tomato is safe to eat however you want, but leave the rest of the plant off the menu. The same goes for eggplant. The vegetable itself is okay, but any other part of the plant is off limits. This is rhubarb. It's also called pie plant. Cut up and cooked, the stems are delicious, and they can be used to make a terrific pie. But rhubarb leaves are poisonous and can't be eaten, raw or cooked. Quite a few outdoor plants used for landscaping yards and gardens are poisonous. Just as with our household plants, it's a good idea to choose non-poisonous varieties for outdoor use. Some of the plants we're looking at today are more dangerous than others. Let's look at the most poisonous ones. Foxglove is a common garden plant. It contains an extremely strong chemical which, if eaten, may interfere with the normal operation of the heart. It can even cause death. Oleander is a shrub known for its attractive leaves and flowers. Like the foxglove, if it's eaten, it can cause heart problems and death. The rhododendron is another plant admired for its beautiful leaves and flowers. It too is poisonous and can be fatal if eaten. The lantana is a garden shrub that grows in the south. But the berries of the lantana bush are very poisonous and can also cause death. The castor bean plant grows wild in many areas of the country. Its seeds have an extremely poisonous substance inside them. Chewing up even a couple of them could kill a child. This is Jimson weed, commonly found in vacant lots all over the country. The whole plant is poisonous, including the seeds, and cannot be eaten safely. Hemlock also grows wild. It's a member of the carrot family, and it looks very much like a carrot, parsnip, or turnip. It's very poisonous, and because it looks so much like something we would normally eat, it's one of the plants that most frequently causes accidental poisoning deaths. We see tobacco around us every day, but did you know that tobacco plants are poisonous? This is tree tobacco, a shrub or small tree found throughout the country. When its leaves first come out, they look something like a leafy vegetable that you might cook or use in a salad. That could prove to be a deadly meal. We've all enjoyed mushrooms from the market. We use them in a lot of different dishes. But what about these? They're mushrooms too, but they are one of the many poisonous varieties, often called toadstools. It's pretty common to find them around our homes, within easy reach of little children. It's a good idea to remove them quickly. Out in the woods, when we're camping or hiking, we imagine ourselves living off the land. And sometimes we look at things differently, even poisonous mushrooms. Picking wild mushrooms should only be done by an expert who can tell the safe ones from the poisonous ones. Eating poisonous mushrooms causes more deaths among adults than any other plant. The safe ones look a lot like the poisonous ones. Again, unless you're an expert, don't try to eat any of them. Most of us eat blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and other kinds of berries that we buy at the store or grow in the garden. Many plants in the woods and around our homes have berries that look delicious, but are poisonous. Sometimes kids will eat them to see what they taste like, or because someone dares them to. You should never eat any kind of berry or fruit unless you know what it is and that it's safe to eat. Wild berries look inviting, but leave them alone. You may wonder how animals that live in the wild know which plants they can eat and which plants they can't. They have instincts that people don't. They are born with knowledge about what they can or cannot eat. In addition, many plants that are safe for animals to eat are poisonous to humans. Birds can eat holly berries without harm, while you and I have to steer clear of them. Domesticated animals may lose their instincts about safe foods and eat poisonous plants. For example, munching on this oleander could be a deadly experience for a cow. Some poisonous plants can cause problems even if you don't eat them. Nettles can irritate your skin if you brush up against them. Tiny spines on the leaves prick the skin, causing a painful itching rash. Poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac are other plants that can cause an itchy rash. They may even cause blisters. You can get a reaction by touching the plants or by touching anything that's been in contact with them. Your clothing, gardening tools, even your dog or cat. Poison oak is found in the western part of the United States. It may be in the shape of a vine, a small plant, or a shrub. It's often found in oak forests. In the east, poison ivy looks like this, a fuzzy vine growing up a tree. Like poison oak, it can cause a rash and blisters that can spread over the skin. Poison ivy can also be found growing as a small plant or shrub. Poison sumac is another plant that can cause a painful rash. It grows as a tall shrub. There's nothing like sitting around a campfire in the evening, but you should be careful not to burn poison oak, poison ivy, or poison sumac. Even the smoke from these plants can give you a rash, and it can irritate your lungs if you breathe it in. You should make sure that any sticks you use for roasting hot dogs or marshmallows are not cut from a poisonous plant. It's great to be surrounded by living plants, either at home or out here where they're growing wild. Only a few plants are dangerous, and even they can't harm you as long as you practice some basic safety rules. Don't touch or eat plants you're not familiar with. Learn if any of the plants you have around your home are poisonous, and keep all plants out of the reach of small children. Whenever possible, decorate with plants you know are non-poisonous. If you have trouble identifying a plant you already have, the staff at your local nursery should be able to help. If you or anyone close to you comes in contact with or eats a plant you think may be poisonous, call your local Poison Information Center for help. The world is full of many wonderful plants. Use and enjoy them safely.